Hey folks, we've got a special treat coming your way right now. It'll be Benjamin and Kirsten Watson who'll be talking a lot more about their work with the International Justice Mission. You don't want to miss it. Here are Benjamin and Kirsten.
Hi, this is Benjamin Watson again. This is my wife Kirsten, and we just love to share a little bit about our work with International Justice Mission. IJM is the world's largest anti-slavery, anti-human trafficking, international anti-human trafficking organization in the world. They have offices around the world. They have about 20-something offices in several different countries. And what they do is they go into certain areas where the justice system is not strong or people are being abused, mainly the poor, mainly women. And they not only rescue and restore survivors, they work to make the justice system stronger so that these crimes against the poor cease to exist. So when we think about sex trafficking and the fact that this is a $150 billion business, so we think about labor trafficking, there are 40 million enslaved in the world right now. There are more people in some form of slavery around the world than at any point in human history. And so the work that IJM is doing for justice really deserves to be commended, but also it's important that we, as people who care about justice, get involved with this, because whatever happens to one person, in essence, happens to us. And we've been so excited just to be involved with IJM over the course of our career. Several years ago, we got involved. So I'll let you kick it off, babe. But I remember a time when we didn't even know what IJM was. So first question, I think, how do we even hear about IJM and what made them stand to you? Why did we decide to get involved?
I think it's interesting when you hear the term human trafficking, you almost think it's like it's something that happens out there. As long as I'm in my bubble, I'm busy, we have kids, we have a routine, it's like I can help. Let me just give some money to it maybe, or, do something. I'll pray, which is very powerful. But I think we got to the point where we had no other excuse. We use time as an excuse. We have so many children. It's like if this is happening, like we need to see it. And we really need to understand what's going on so that we're able to help in a way that's powerful, in a way that, helps raise awareness. And so one year we decided to say, no more excuses. We're going to go to Dominican Republic. We're going to see what IJM does. We're going to see how the system works. We're going to meet with survivors. We're going to just really get an idea of what's happening. And we said, well, we'll invite some people.
And we're going. If y'all want to come, come.
And maybe they'll come. And so it's funny because we invited other NFL team families to go, and we said, who will come to this meeting? And people came. And so then it was like, okay, well, we're going. Here we go. And, it was just an awesome opportunity to learn that other people really care here, and other people want to help. And so that's what it became. It became a time for us to go to the Dominican Republic and to see what was happening on the ground.
And what she failed to mention, but this is actually your idea. So what is kind of our family verse?
Well, Micah 6:8 is our family verse. And so in that are three components: justice, mercy, and walking humbly. So when you think about those three things, like how do we do that?
I remember a specific time on one of those trips to DR, we had a day of joy at a outdoor sports complex. When I say sports complex, I mean, outdoor basketball court, fields, all those sorts of things. And it was about, 100 degrees with humidity in the Caribbean sun, and about five young boys, teenage boys, probably ages 16 down to, I think the youngest may have been 11 or 12. They came and we just engaged with them. Now, there's obviously a language barrier, but love conquers that. And so we played games with them to get to know them, to kind of drop the guard. Well, once we had come back, we got word that the person who was running this trafficking ring that was abusing these young boys, he was convicted and he was sent to prison, and the boys were in the process of being restored. And that's what IJM does.
Yeah.
They identify where crimes are happening. They go in, they set up an infrastructure. They train, as Kirsten mentioned, they train the police force to identify some of these crimes that were happening with impunity, so that years later, they can then go somewhere else because that justice system is acting and operating the way that it should be to protect the vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to be involved with IJM, there are many ways to do so. I encourage you to go to ijm.org. I also encourage you to sign a pledge at ijm.org/AIA, ijm.org/AIA, where you can simply sign a pledge that's saying, you know what, this is an issue. This is a justice issue. We talk a lot about justice issues. There are many of them,
Mm-hmm.
whether they are racial injustice, whether it is sanctity of life, whether it's sex trafficking, you name it. God is a God of justice, and there are many issues that we are compelled to be involved in. But if this is one that you want to learn more about,
Right.
or one that you want to get involved with, understand that IJM is an organization that we don't just, like Kirsten said, if we're going to support an organization, we want to see it on the ground. We want to taste and feel and see, and we can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that IJM is not only saying that they're doing this work, there are lives that have been changed, and because there are lives that have been changed, there's a whole lineage of people who have been changed. So go check them out at ijm.org and sign that pledge at ijm.org/AIA.
No more excuses.